Hello, Nevyka here. Welcome to this next episode of Trails of Cold Steel 2. Now, I just remembered where we are. Time to do a lot of bonding. As much as I love bonding, not when I'm voicing like 1,000 characters. So this is gonna be fun. Let's see. How many bonding points do I have? 12. Okay. Not as much as I thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12. Okay. What? Where? Okay, that's good. I know there's 2 here already. Alyssa and Alphin, so let's go. Might as well go to them since we're here.
Deserve nothing but the highest praise for the way you fought yesterday, Master Roer. Were it not for your assistance, I doubt I would have been able to even rescue the chairman, much less liberate Roer. You have my most heartfelt thanks.
You say that like we would have been able to do either of those things without you. This was a team effort through and through. Besides, I'm the last person who deserves any praise. I've just been a little stronger. If I'd just been a little stronger, we would have still been alive.
As much as I would like to, I'm afraid I have no right to attempt to comfort you. Not after having done the things I have.
Sure.
Some might see your willingness to mourn the death of an enemy as a weakness, and understandably so. But I see it as just the opposite. I see it as a strength that you and your classmates possess. So I won't insult you by telling you it's wrong to feel the way you do. I'm positive that you'll find a way to come to terms with those feelings on your own, though I'm here for you if you need me.
Thank you, Sharon.
If there's anything I can do to help you, by all means ask. While I won't be able to join you aboard the Courageous, I will help however I can until you depart.
Thank you, Sharon. Let's go to Princess Alphin.
Last night, I received an invitation to stay here. There's still some time until we have to leave, so I think I'll spend some quality time curled up with these books instead. Sharon's coffee can't be beaten either. In fact, pulling myself away from here may prove to be a real struggle.
Maybe I should join her for a while. She seems like she could use some company. We will, but I want to see this shiny thing over here. What is this? There's a copy of a magazine called Cars Monthly here. I think this is some sort of automotive magazine published abroad. They've got a whole section here just dedicated to car paint colors. Oh, this one could actually be kind of cool. Oh, yay, I'm so glad I looked at it. Anything else? So they're just like in random spots or what? Yes, let's spend some time. Mind if I stick around a little longer?
Not at all. We don't get many chances to spend time together like this, so let's make the most of it.
Reen could never say no to some of Sharon's coffee and in fact asked her to make another pot for them. With that, he and Princess Alphin spent some time perusing the countless books gathered in the library. This coffee really has a nice aroma to it.
Doesn't it? Sitting back and enjoying a cup of Sharon's coffee engrossed in a book. I think I found the very definition of bliss.
Well, I can see where you're coming from. It never ceases to amaze me how many books there are in here. or even the variety of topics and genres represented. I guess Gwyn has always had a pretty broad range of interests though, so it makes sense that his library would be as diverse.
Indeed, but that only makes it more difficult to decide which volume to read next. Although I must admit, I was a little disappointed to find one particular genre unrepresented here.
Oh, which one?
The titillating tales loved by fair ladies all across the empire. Stories about the lives and loves of handsome gentlemen. Books that warm the hearts of all who thrill to their prose.
Oh, those books. I remember you saying they were pretty popular at St. Estrella too, right? The Courageous was lacking in that genre too, until Dorothy came and seeded it with some volumes from her own collection. So, does Lise, have any interest in those kind of books?
It's so much more magical to just leave the truth of things to your imagination. We're talking about a realm created by and for pure-hearted maidens, after all. It's not a place where gentlemen should tread lightly.
Fair enough. I'm curious, but not that curious. Try to at least regulate your corrupting influence, though. That'd be great.
If that's truly what you wish, I suppose I ought to respect your wishes. But teasing her is my most cherished pastime, so I'd really prefer to keep at it.
I wonder if she realizes her struggles are mainly just for entertainment. Still, teasing or not, I'm glad Elise has at least one close friend she can depend on.
Oh, and speaking of entertaining pastimes, I actually learned a delightful little card game called Blade from Sharon yesterday. Perhaps we could play a few rounds together.
That sounds fun. I accept your challenge.
Ooh, can we play right now?
Aw, Ring got the cards and began what seemed like it would be a few quick, friendly games of Blade. As they played, things unexpectedly ended up getting fairly heated, with each of them determined to come out on top while holding nothing back. In the end, the time they spent playing together was as enjoyable as the time they had spent reading. I wanted to play.
This really is quite an amusing little game. It's nice that even an inexperienced player like me doesn't start at too great of a disadvantage.
Yeah, the updated version has a lot more strategy to it too. But I have a lot of fond memories of this version of the game. I almost can't help but like it. In fact, Crow is the one who gave me my very first deck of Blade cards.
Oh, really? It was sad to see the two of you fighting each other, especially after all you've been through together. What is it that forced the two of you to fight like this?
Well, ultimately, I think it's a battle of wills, and both of us are too stubborn to just give up and walk away.
What do you mean?
Green told Princess Alphen about everything that had happened between him and Crow. As he went on dredging up those memories from what seemed like a lifetime ago, he went through a whole spectrum of emotions. Yet through it all, she had quietly and considerately listened until he finished telling her all that there was to tell. You can think of it as a high-stakes game of Blade, Crow on one side and me on the other. Neither of us are willing to compromise on the things that make us who we are. Our beliefs, our pasts, our friends. And without compromise, all that's left to us is to meet each other head-on and see who comes out on top. I just hope that while we're doing that, we'll discover where life will lead us and what to do with ourselves after this is over.
I see. Boys will be boys, I suppose. But hearing you describe it, I almost envy Crow's position.
Huh? Why is that?
Oh! I just meant Elise would probably think if she were here now. Envying Crow, I mean. After all, it's almost like fate is pushing you and Crow together. It fills my imagination with thoughts.
Just a word to the wise. Guys aren't too hot about being paired up with their male friends when they don't lean that way.
Well, like it or not, I consider myself someone fully invested in this little battle of wills now. So I intend to stay with you and see how it all pans out.
You're more than welcome to come along for the ride, Your Highness. Wherever it may take us.
Ooh.
Cool.
I'll be sure to watch over that fateful clash between you and Crow when the time comes. Especially since it's sure to lead to some juicy developments for us ladies.
Oh, I really want to see that Orville bike custom paints. It's my first one since the yellow one, and I didn't care for the yellow one, so I'm excited to see this one. Let's talk to Alyssa. What are you up to, Alyssa?
I'm just checking out the rooms to make sure everything's in order. Sharon supposedly put everything back in order now that Director Rogner's gone, but still. It can't hurt to double check, right? I'd hate if he ran off with something valuable on his way out.
Yeah, he seems like the kind of guy who develops sticky fingers. Do you want a hand on anything or anything?
I'm fine, thanks. I've got a pretty good idea of where everything was, so it shouldn't be too much trouble. Mother's more than busy now, so I might as well just get it done.
I feel like I should help her out anyway. You sure about doing this on your own? I mean, 2 people would be able to get the job done twice as fast, right?
What are you planning, Schwarzer?
Nothing at all, I swear.
Just kidding. Of course I'll take you up on that.
The 2 of them made their way around the Reinford household, scouring each and every room for any signs of malfeasance or missing property. Fortunately, thanks to Sharon organizing everything the night before, it didn't take them too long. Before they knew it, they only had 1 room remaining, the chairman's room.
Well, I'm glad to see that at least the rooms aren't a complete mess like they were yesterday. Sharon's done a great job cleaning everything up. And it doesn't look like there's anything missing either.
Well, that's good news.
As much as I feel bad criticizing Angelica's uncle, Hadel Rogner must be an absolute slob. You'd think as a noble he'd at least pay a little more mind to cleanliness. I feel sorry for his housekeeping staff.
It's probably more than being a noble. He thought he could get away with never having to clean anything. Imprisoning your mother seemed to have inflated his ego.
You're probably right. Suddenly having power over someone he has never been able to stand against must have been a real treat. Either way, we're almost finished up here, so...
What is it?
Oh! I just noticed something sticking out slightly from between 2 of these books. Huh? This is...
It's a photograph of you as a little girl. That looks like your mother, which would mean...
Yeah, that's my father. Why is this hidden away on her desk, though?
Maybe she pulled it out to look at it every now and then while she was working, but didn't want anyone to know. Honestly, I'm surprised too, but here it is. I don't think there's any doubt that it's important to her.
I guess you're right.
Alyssa put the photograph back where she'd found it, and the 2 of them finished checking the rest of the rooms. Once their work was done, they treated themselves to a well-deserved rest. Whew, that sure took a while, huh? I can only imagine how much of a task that would have been if you had to do it all by yourself.
Truth be told, I probably would have given up partway in and just left the rest to Sharon. Thank you so much, Rain.
For what? Helping out?
Well, sure. But while finding that photo earlier might have just been a coincidence. I doubt I would have looked around in Mother's room if you hadn't been there. If I hadn't, I never would have discovered that or realized that maybe, somewhere deep down, she really does care.
I think you would have. Even if not today, you'd realize it eventually. She's your mother after all. The two of you will always have that connection as family, like it or not. I think the day will come when you two understand how much you care for each other, with or without a photo to show.
I'd like to think so, at least. Talking with you like this reminds me of when we had our field study here. We had a little heart-to-heart about Mother back then, didn't we? In this same room.
It was in this room, actually.
There's a lot I'm really thankful to you for, though. I wouldn't have been able to free Mother or this city on my own. And this is hardly the first time you've supported me or helped me accomplish something when I needed it most. So for all the times I was too stubborn to say it, thank you, Rain. I hope I'll get the chance to repay you for this someday. For everything.
Repay me?
Well, anyway, thanks for all your help today. I'm gonna be going now. See you later.
Oh, right. Not sure what that was all about, but I guess I'd better get ready to head out too. Oh, so close. Oh, that's nice. Of course, your mama loves you, girl. You could tell. She gives a lot of tough love, but you could tell. Wait, where's Alyssa? Where'd she go? Did she go to her room or something? No, that's Princess. Yeah, that's the princess. No, that's Sharon. Isn't it? Yeah. So she down here? Yeah, she is. Let's go talk to her one more time.
I can't believe I let the perfect opportunity slip through my fingers. I'm such a coward.
Did you say something?
No, just thinking out loud. I still have stuff I need to organize, so mind leaving me alone for a bit?
Sure, no problem.
By the way, thanks. I'll be back aboard the Courageous as soon as I'm done, so you can head back without me.
She's gonna spill the beans. Who next? Who shall we go to next? Many possibilities. So let's go to the only one that's left upstairs, which is, I believe, Makia's. Turbo mode. I'll be taking a look around the Roer Institute of Technology soon. It's practically the premier technical university in the country, so I think any time I spend there will be to my benefit. I would imagine so. We did go inside during our field study, but that was just for Professor Schmidt's request, so we didn't explore much. Still, it's very you to make a break for the nearest school when we finally get a little time to rest. Well, if there's something I can only see while we're here, why wouldn't I? Maybe you should do the same. No better way to lift your spirits than to get your mind off of what's getting them down. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. Maybe he's right. Checking out the Institute probably would cheer me up. Yes, let's do this. Yeah, I think you're onto something here. Would it be okay if I tagged along? Of course. I was kind of hoping you would. Shall we?
Yay!
Whoa! What was that? Sorry about that, guys. Hey, I recognize you two. You guys came here for a field study one time with your other classmates, right? Hit the nail on the head, but mind explaining what those two tiny cars are? Actually, I think I remember seeing them during our field study too. These babies, they're a new kind of toy that we're developing. We're calling them orbital remote controlled cars. They're basically little cars that run on normal power that you can drive around with these radio frequency control devices. With things settling down here in Roer, we're off to test our new and improved ones all around town. That's some impressive technology. You've replicated the look of the Rifer Company's Lux line of vehicles very well too. Oh, did you recognize them, Machias? With the number of cars on the roads of Heimdall, you start to recognize different models after a while. So I eventually decided to start doing some research into what each one had to offer. The Lux series was one of the ones that I found myself particularly fond of, so its name stuck in my mind. Huh, now there's a man with taste. You can appreciate the beauty of these little babies, you're gonna go far in life. Actually, you're just the kind of guy who we'd like to give this thing a little test run. Are you serious? As serious as we've ever been. We want as many people playing with these things as possible, right? Oh, actually, it'd be great if you could grab another friend too. 3 people racing against each other wouldn't just be awesome, but would also provide us with some valuable data. Well, in that case, we'd be happy to play with your cars for you. And I already know who our third will be, though I'd hardly call him a friend. How did I know he was gonna call Yusuf? I thought we were gonna have the opportunity to pick the friend, and I was gonna pick Yusuf. So for Machias to pick Yusuf by himself, that's kind of odd. I'd hardly call him a friend. Please, y'all are basically BFFs already. Wait, you're not thinking of... Oh, but he is. And of course Yusuf would accept. Yep, he was. Of all the things you could summon me out of the blue for, a toy car race? Still, it's not as though I have anything better to do. I accept your challenge. Ha! Smile while you still can. I expect you to give this your all too, Green. Okay, if you insist. Well, now that you know the controls, the course will take you from here, around the front of the RF building and to the top of the steps over near F. You're going to have to chase after your cars though, since the orbital waves have a limited range. Well then, shall we get started? Take your positions.
Ready, set, go!
The cars left the starting line and the race of the century began. The 3 of them chased furiously after their car, struggling to adjust to the unfamiliar controls. And as they finally neared the finish line, Yusuf and Machias hit their competitive peak, each one desperate to claim victory. Ah! Get the hell out of my way! Kneel before me, fool! Guys, calm down a bit, or you're gonna... Oh. What? Impossible! Oh! I won! We have a winner! In first place, Reen Schwarzer. Seriously? It was a neck-and-neck race, but once they crashed their cars, Yusuf and Machias didn't stand a chance. Looks like you got a bit carried away at the wheel there, fellas. Ugh, that was careless of me. This is completely ridiculous. But we got some fantastic data thanks to you 3. We'll have to get this back to the lab and start brainstorming improvements right away. Great work, you guys. Thanks. The race complete, Yusuf went back to whatever he was doing, and the researcher skipped off gleefully to the institute. Phew, didn't expect that would end up being such a big thing. I'm a little frustrated that I didn't manage to come in first. But if the whole thing cheered you up, I'd say it was well worth doing. Thanks, Machias, that means a lot. Hey, no need to make a big deal out of it. On a more pragmatic note, I can't see something like toy cars becoming very successful during wartime. Just another reason for us to fight for peace, I suppose. Yeah, that's a fight I'm sure we'll win. Besides, if these things ever make it to market, we can have another race. Ha! Sounds good to me. Next time, I'm taking Yusuf down.
So close.
Those remote-controlled cars are fascinating little toys, aren't they? If they hit the market, I'll be the first one in line, even if I have to sleep out in front of the store to do it. But on that day, I'll challenge you to another race. And I'll win. If you can. Oh. See, they're very wholesome, these bonding events. That's why I like them so much. I like that one a lot. Pretty much everyone just trying to cheer him up, you know? I feel he's like me, very empathetic guy. Even for, you know, someone he barely knew. I value that in a person. Yeah, let's see. Who's next? Oh, well, Eustace is next, actually. Or Elliot. Let's do Elliot, because we just saw Eustace a little while ago. I can't stop thinking about our field study here from earlier in the year. Sure, it was tough, but it was fun. And Lee was still alive. Yeah, even if we did think he died back at the mine. Guessing news of Lee's actual death has probably reached Crow by now. Wonder how he's taking it. Sorry, it was probably super insensitive of me to bring him up. Just try and cheer up, okay? Elliot's definitely worried about me. Maybe we should hang out for a while. I just got a great idea for something we can do together. Come with me, Reen. What's going on now? You'll find out soon enough. Let's go. Elliot dragged Reed into the Rhineford building. And after he borrowed a few things, Elliot dragged them right back out again. This sort of looks like the same kind of Orbo guitar I used back at the festival. That's because it is. Both that and the keyboard were made by the Rhineford company. They're display models, but they said we could use them since playing them right out here would make for some good advertising. Should be all tuned up now. I've already got permission too, so shall we get started? Get started? Wait, you don't mean. I sure do. Let's play some music. Just you and me, putting on a concert in the middle of the street. Despite the sudden start, the two played with gusto, their focus entirely on both their instruments and the performance. A surprising number of Roer's residents had stopped to listen and clap for them too. All in all, it was a success. Ooh, that was something. Impressive work, Reed. We were out of sync in a few spots, and we missed a note or two here and there. But it was fun, wasn't it? It was for me, at least. Yeah, it was fun. Just goes to show that music doesn't stop at giving strength to the listeners. I mean, the performers get some too, I guess. I was every bit as happy there as I was when we performed at the festival. I'm a little biased, but I'd say playing yourself is even more fun than listening, to be honest. That's probably one of the reasons I just can't give up music. Thanks for inviting me to join you, Elliot. This definitely helped cheer me up. You're very welcome. We'll have to do this again sometime if we can, with some time to practice, hopefully. Not just us either, the whole class, just like back at the festival. That sounds great. I hope we get another chance to do something like that. Their street concert complete, Reen and Elian went back to Rhineford HQ to return their instruments with smiles of elation on their faces. Ooh, nice. Man, that was so much fun. Performing outdoors like that felt great. You gotta do some big outdoor concert with the others someday. Maybe actually practice for that one. Oh, see, that one was nice too. Okay, next is Uses. I'll be heading out shopping soon. From our perspective, causing one of the 4 great houses to withdraw from the war is a momentous achievement. But for my brothers, it's It's likely all within the realm of expectation. I doubt we've caused him a moment's hesitation. The only thing it's done is reclassify us as more of a threat, so we'll need to be more careful than ever as we fly around. Yikes. Yeah, didn't even think about that. Still, I would not advise becoming so cautious that we're unable to get anything done. But that's a thought for another time. Right now, we should focus on taking some time to unwind. I think I will. Thanks, Usus. Resting up wouldn't be so bad, but maybe I should join him in his shopping. Could I join you? Honestly, shopping for supplies sounds like it could relieve stress just as well as a nap. Do what you will. My first stop is RF Arms. Are you really going to use all these whetstones on your sword? And how much reinforcing tape does that hilt need? Better to be too well prepared than found wanting in a pinch, particularly with the future as uncertain as it is. I would expect my father is already aware of what happened here in Nordia. Knowing him, he's probably already preparing to retaliate. Maybe you're right, especially with him working on a soldat like these for his own personal use. Which is why we prepare ourselves as best we can for whatever lies ahead. Speaking of, I still have a number of other things to buy, including a book that the war managed to delay. Come, we're going to the general store. Okay, sure. We're starting to pick up a lot, though. Thinking we're gonna be able to carry all of this back to the ship? Ha! We aren't doing anything. You are. What? Hurry and take these to the counter. We don't have all day. I think my arms are starting to go dead. How did you end up getting me to carry all of this for you? I mean, I guess I could have said no, but still. Come now. You wouldn't make me waste my strength on such a heavy load, would you? Besides, given all the time you spent assisting the student council, I'd imagine you're used to menial tasks like this. Just pretend I'm Toa. I doubt you ever give her any guff, no? There's a mental image I wasn't prepared for. Better than leaving your mind free to focus on burdens you need not shoulder. Come along now. Wait, is he trying to keep me busy so I don't have time to think about what happened this week? That's really nice of him. In a cold, off-putting, useless sort of way. But even so, I'm grateful. Reinvigorated by Eustace's awkward show of kindness, Reen carried his baggage from shop to shop without a single word of complaint. The two spent a long time in each shop they visited, scanning the shelves and put more and more onto poor Reen's pile. While the experience was exhausting, it did indeed take his mind off of his worries. I get what he's trying to do, but I don't know how much more of this my arms can take. Come on, Eustace. You can at least take something. Anything. Eustace? Something in that magazine catch your eye? What is that? It's not the Imperial Chronicle. Look for yourself. The Noble Alliance marches to victory? The glorious Noble Alliance, led by Duke Cayenne and Chief of Staff Rufus Alvarez, continues their victorious streak. Their quest to carry the country into a new, brighter future feels all the more complete with each new success. And it should only be a matter of time before the foolish Imperial army is eradicated once and for all. Well, this is quite the article. Not exactly going for the unbiased approach, are they? Of course not. I imagine the writers are just as much under the Alliance's thumb as those at the Imperial Chronicle. They're trying to manipulate public perception of the Alliance in preparation for their rule after the war is won. Both Duke Cayenne and my brother are thinking of not only how to win this war, but how to control Erebonia afterward. That's how far ahead they're able to think. Sorry, Eustace, this must be hard on you. Still, that doesn't mean we're going to lose out by not doing the same. Instead of focusing on the way things might be, we should focus on the here and now, what we can do to change things. If we do, I'm sure the future we want will fall into place. Wouldn't you agree? Well, I wouldn't disagree. So what if they're thinking 3 moves ahead? That all falls apart if we do something to shake up their plans. And that's just what we'll do. We'll get to the future we want. We'll get to the future we want. To think you're capable of such positivity so soon. But I suppose you still have much more of a capacity for it than I do. I want you back to your usual self as soon as possible, Ring. We won't be able to secure this future of ours otherwise. I'll see what I can do. Their shopping complete, they lugged their purchases back to the Courageous, stored them in the ship's hold, and went back into Roer. Ooh, yay! You're right, Ring. All I can do is stay focused on the present and hope that everything will fall into place. But you should be sure to return to your normal self as soon as you can. We cannot advance together if either of us is unable to walk. For sure, my man. Oh, right! There's a quest here, a side quest. Wait, do they show up when I'm outside? If not, I can pick. Yeah, it does show up, okay. I'll continue the bonding events. Don't want them to be interrupted. Ooh, it looks like the waifu's next. Yes. I don't know. Maybe I should leave her for the next one. I think I'll leave her for the next one. But I know I don't think we're gonna finish them all today, honestly. It's the million.
I guess the Eisengraph's pretty much stuck in Roer Station for the time being. What? Better stuck than under the Alliance control, right? Now that I think about it, I never went and got what I left in there a while ago. Maybe I should grab it before it starts running again.
Maybe I should tag along. It'd be kind of cool to take a look around inside, too. Mind if I join you, Million? You didn't exactly get to look around last time we were in there, and to be honest, I'd kind of like to.
I'm not stopping you. In the words of B, let's roll.
They spoke to the RMP They spoke to the RMP officers guarding the station and were granted permission to step aboard the Eisengraph. Once inside, they went straight to the front carriage, and Milliam found what she was looking for on the engine room's dashboard. Aww, so cute. Oh, it's a stuffed bear. Pretty big one, too.
He's awesome, isn't he? Gramps bought him for me a while back as a reward for completing a mission.
He did. I'm having a hard time imagining Chancellor Osborne buying someone something so cute as a present.
Yeah, I guess he didn't seem like the type, huh? He probably bought it for me on a whim.
Oh, I wasn't trying to suggest he was a cold-hearted person or anything.
Hey, while we're here, you want to go do some exploring? I bet the chairs in here are way softer than any sofa you've ever tried.
Sure, why not? Still, we're putting the RMP out, remember? We can't spend too long in here. Man, you weren't kidding. These really are comfy. It was a gift from the Emperor, though. It's no wonder that it'd be so ritzy.
I know, right? I'm jealous of how much he got to use it, too. He had to live it up on his way to the conference in Crossbell.
Oh yeah, Prince Oliver and Toa were on board for that trip, too.
What's up?
Nothing. I was just thinking about how this train lost its master. The same way you, Captain Claire, and the other Ironbloods have.
Oh, that's true. Guess he can't really live it up anymore if he's dead, huh? Nothing we can do about it, though. Crow outsmarted him, and that's that. Still can't believe he actually managed to kill him.
I wasn't expecting you to be able to talk about him so impartially. I mean, if you're upset about it, there's no need to force yourself not to let it show, you know?
Why would I be?
When Dad was shot by that Jaeger, I was beside myself with worry and anger. And the Chancellor was like a father to all of you, wasn't he? So I'm just saying, there's no need to force yourself to seem happy. If you need a shoulder to cry on,
Sorry, I really don't know what you mean. What's it even like to cry anyway?
What? What do you mean? What's it like to cry? Surely you've done it before. Everyone has.
I'm asking because I seriously don't know.
Wait, you're serious? You've never cried? Not once.
I guess not. I felt moved when reading books and felt kind of lonely when someone wasn't there anymore. But being so upset about something that tears come out of your eyes just seems kind of alien to me.
How? She's never cried? Never? She's younger than the rest of us, but by her age, most people have done it more than they can count.
Huh? What'd you get all quiet for? Are you still down about that stuff with B? Cheer up, okay? It's not fun if you're all gloomy like this.
No, it's okay. I was just having a hard time processing what you were saying. I just want you to remember one thing. To all of us in Class 7, you're both a classmate and a friend. If anything were ever to happen to you, all of us would be incredibly upset. Enough to cry a lot. Just remember that.
Okay? I still don't know what you're trying to say, but I'll keep that in mind. I really like all you guys, too. And come on, with how reckless you are, you're gonna run into trouble way before I do.
Fair point. I'll be careful. Okay, what? After they finished talking, the two left the Eisengraf stuffed bear in hand. How has she not cried? Is she not human? Like, you think she was, like, was she made? Like, artificially made? How has she not cried before? How does she not know what that means? She's not human. Oh my gosh, that's like the first hint I've ever gotten that she's possibly not human. Or maybe she's just truly never cried before. I don't know. That's crazy. Wow.
I'll have to bring him aboard the Courageous with us later. I still don't know what half the stuff he said meant, though. Well, whatever. I'll probably figure it out someday.
That's crazy. I can't get over that. Wow. Let's do another one. Gaius. Hey Gaius, you highway bound? That's right. I figured I might head out and fish for a while to pass the time. One of Wynn's favorite fishing holes is supposed to be out there, so I thought I'd give it a try for myself. Oh yeah, I know that one. It's not far from where our boat first landed. Just be careful though, the monsters have gotten a lot tougher than they were when Gwyn used to fish out there. Oh, I will. Don't worry about me. In fact, you shouldn't be worried about anything at all. Take some time to de-stress yourself while you got it. Everyone has times when they just need to open a window and let some fresh air into their lives. I'll give that a try. Thanks. Maybe fishing with Gaius would let me open that window he mentioned. Well, how about we fish together? If it's a good enough way for you to unwind, it's good enough for me. That's what I like to hear. Rena and Gaius then made a beeline to Gwyn's old fishing spot on the Spina byroad. Once they made it there, the two got right to fishing. Feels like ages since I put my cares to the side for a while and cast out a line like this. Yeah. Ever since the war started, we've had no shortage of things to be worried about. It's probably healthy for us to take the opportunity to unwind every now and then. Yeah, even now I'm feeling all the built-up tension just kind of soften and melt away. Did you fish much back home? I got in some good rod in real time, sure. Hardly as much as Gwyn, though. He used to take me out on his boat to fish, especially when he could tell I was feeling down about something. Huh. Really? You always seem so composed. I guess I just assumed that nothing ever really got to you like that. Man, that's embarrassing to admit. We've all got our worries. Don't fret about it. Sure, I feel down sometimes, but it always passes in time. Back home, I was always surrounded by people who cared about me. Mom, Dad, my siblings, neighbors in the settlement. Whenever I started feeling down, they were there to cheer me up. And I always tried to do what I could to be there for them in the same way. That sounds like a good life. And that's how you became the dependable guys we all look up to. Well, I don't know if I'd go that far. Still, I'd like to think that if there's ever anything you need, you'll be able to rely on me. This class would never have come as far as we have if we hadn't supported each other along the way. You're right about that. I'll make sure to keep it in mind. Monsters! Damn. We might have noticed them earlier if we'd been paying more attention. This reminds me of back when I rescued Lieutenant General Vander a year ago. Or at least that time I had a horse. Well, this time you've got me. True. Together we can take them. Drawing their weapons, Zane and Gaius fought valiantly against the horde of monsters. And despite being vastly outnumbered, they triumphed by making the most of each other's strength and power. Well, I'd say we managed to beat the odds, wouldn't you? See? You are dependable, just like I said. It takes two to cover each other's backs. And whenever you need me, I'll have yours. Likewise. The battle won, they made their way back to Roer. Ooh, so close. Monster intrusion aside, fishing with you was a lot of fun. We should go again sometime. Even with monsters, it was fun. Can I go now? I want to go get the blue chests. Okay. Maybe we have time for one more or two. Where's the next one? Let's go to the diner. I'm right here. This away. To Toa. Where is she? Oh, there she is.
Hi, Reed.
Hey there. Glad to see you're taking it easy. You've earned it. Right back at you, Angelica. Are you taking a break together then? We certainly are. Nothing makes me happier than spending some quality time with my dear, sweet Toa. George is at the Institute too, so it's just the two of us. And it's about time I whisk her off into our own private little world.
No, Angie, stop. You really haven't changed a bit. But in a weird way, I've missed it. Now we just need Crow.
Yeah. Our crew won't be complete until we drag his ass back home kicking and screaming. Maybe I should ask to join them since I'm here and all. Hey, would you ladies mind if I join you?
Not at all.
I guess we'll have to pay for you since you're the bright-eyed first year. I'm blocking Angelica here. This is really relaxing. The tea here is nice for a working-class diner, isn't it? I've always been fond of this place. Always used to sneak out of the mansion for some booze. I mean, to relax like a sweet and innocent young maiden.
Angie, you aren't supposed to be drinking alcohol.
Forgive me, my dear. Still, it feels like it's been ages since we were last able to sit and talk like this. Settling things with my father paid off. It really has been too long.
Yeah, it has.
Hold on. Your hair is looking a little disheveled, Toa.
What? Is it? Well, it makes sense that it might, I guess. Ever since I started wearing the captain's hat, I haven't been paying much attention.
That won't do at all. Your hair is so long and beautiful. You need to take better care of it. I know. Why don't I comb it for you?
Oh, would you mind? It's been so long since you last did it, I kind of miss it.
They're so close, it's adorable. That should do the trick. Huh. Wow. Kinda strange seeing you with your hair down, but I've gotta admit, it really suits you.
You think?
She looks surprisingly mature when she has her hair down, doesn't she? Cuteness and maturity. Maturity. The best of both worlds. She's such a queen.
Oh, okay, that's enough, Angie. Can I please have my ribbon back?
Nope, not yet. This is my chance to try all kinds of fun things with your hair. I've had a collection of ribbons stored away for the next time I got to play with it like this. Stay right here while I go get them.
Hold on a minute.
Too late.
She is unbelievable.
I don't know, Toa. There's no harm in spending time like this together once in a while. When you think about it, these are the kinds of peaceful moments we're fighting to return to.
That's true enough. Angie and I were recently talking about how things would have been if the war hadn't started. If we were still at the academy, our time there would be rapidly coming to an end. We're second years, so this is the time we really need to be thinking about what to do after graduation.
Oh, yeah. You been able to give that any thought?
Yeah, okay. I'm fortunate enough to have received offers from all kinds of organizations and ministries. George has gotten them from research facilities and institutes all across the country. And Angie seems to have a lot on her mind about what to do too, what with her family and all.
I've got my work cut out for me if I hope to be in a good position as you guys when I graduate.
You are still a first year, so I wouldn't sweat it if I were you. You've still got plenty of time. To tell you the truth though, I think the war has made all of us more unsure of what to do. Even assuming that when it does end, we're able to go back to our lives like they were before. I feel we have a duty to think about this country's future. Just picking some career off a list isn't good enough.
I'm amazed you're thinking on such a grand scale. Personally, I feel like I've got my hands full just thinking about my own future. I really can't compare.
That's not true at all. I think it's only because of you that we're able to see things like this.
Sorry?
Well, your class is a source of hope to all of us. It's only because we've got that hope we can believe in now. We can even think of what to do when the war is over. As long as you're out there fighting to bring it to an end, we can all believe the end will really come. We can all believe that end will really come. So, let's keep fighting together, okay? We were able to save Angie. I'm sure we can do anything else we put our minds to.
You think so? What am I even saying? Of course we can. I feel a lot better now, Toa. Thanks.
Glad I could help.
Oh, Did I miss something? Oh, you're back. If you wanted to enjoy a day with my little Toa, you should have asked Reen. You're the only man I'd even think of entrusting her to. I would have helped set things up nice and smooth.
What are you talking about, Angie?
Angelica made her way over to the table and went right to work trying an obscene number of cute ribbons on Toa. Reen casually sat back and enjoyed his cup of tea, every once in a while cracking a warm smile at an increasingly flustered Toa. Oh, I would have liked to see all those ribbons and hairstyles.
If it weren't for Class 7, we wouldn't even be thinking about graduation right now, let alone what to do after it. So let's keep fighting. If we are able to save Angie, I'm sure we'll be able to do anything else we put our minds to.
Oh, that was nice. And who would the next one be? We'll start with Emma tomorrow, that is for sure. Or Laura. We'll start with Laura tomorrow. Laura! Begin! There she is. Okay, I think this is a good place to stop. Oh, we got a lot done. We only have 4 left. That's great. But I love the bondings, you know, character development. They put so much effort into the dialogue, the scripts. I appreciate it so much. And the most surprising one was the whole Million one. I still can't believe she's never cried before. I mean, that says a lot about her. I'm really questioning whether she's human or not. I don't remember. I don't even remember that from the first time I played 4 years ago. But maybe I didn't, do her bonding event. So it's very, very interesting to see. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you liked it, please give the video a like. Comment below your thoughts and share. And subscribe to this channel for more episodes into the series. And don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss it. Until the next episode, you guys take a lot of care. Janet!